Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bhardwaj-Alter and this is Game On. It wasn't to be in the end as our Praggnanandhaa lost to the five-time world champion Magnus Carlsen in the tiebreaker. Carlsen seized the initiative in the final by winning Game 1 of the tiebreaker against the 18-year-old opponent. The world number one forced Pragg into a corner by putting pressure on the youngster on the board, which actually led to the Indian getting into big time trouble. It was always going to be a challenge with the black pieces to force a win, and in the end, Carlsen then took the second rapid game as well. Pragg chose to shake hands and agree to a draw, which meant the world number one Norwegian has added the World Cup title to his overflowing cabinet. Regardless of this loss, though, Praggnanandhaa has been brilliant throughout the tournament. He's beaten world number 2, he's beaten world number 3 on his way to the final. He was also the lowest seed to make it to the World Cup final. We're going to be looking back on Pragg's journey in this final and also talk a little bit about the journey overall of how he's reached here. We'll talk about the golden generation, as Vishwanathan Anand calls it now in Indian chess, with some of these young kids, teenagers rather, all under the age of 20, doing well at the international level. Even at this World Cup, there were 4 Indians who made it to the quarterfinals. It was the first time. So it is a watershed moment for chess in India. We're going to talk all about that. But let's also talk a little bit more on Praggnanandhaa. Now, he has lost the final, but he survived 3 days and 4 games before he finally shook hands with Magnus Carlsen, who's the world number one. And, said that, okay, I may have lost the final, but the journey itself I can be very proud of. So he's already entered record books at home by becoming the youngest Indian and the second Indian after Vishwanathan Anand to reach the finals of the Chess World Cup. It is pertinent to note that Magnus Carlsen, who is 32 years old, is the world number one, while young Praggnanandhaa is world number 29. This, in a way, has shown the outstanding caliber of Praggnanandhaa, as he took down opponents that have been ranked much higher than him on his way to the finals of the tournament. Among them are world number 2 Hikaru Nakamura and world number 3 Fabio Caruana of the United States. And both were beaten in tie breaks. Imagine how exhaustive this month has been for Praggnanandhaa. Carlsen has been world number one in FIDE charts since 2011. His streak in the second longest is the second longest unbroken run in chess history, trailing only retired legend Garry Kasparov. But coming back to Pragg, 2 classical games on Tuesday and Wednesday, they ended in a draw. But after that, today was meant to be the rapid games. And the first game, Praggnanandhaa, he lost to Magnus Carlsen. The second one, Carlsen drew that game, which meant overall Carlsen won the World Cup. This is also, curiously, Carlsen's first World Cup title. And that's why he's been so motivated throughout. Yesterday was a bit of an anticlimax, where one thought that Carlsen would try to go for a win in the second classical game, but he went for a draw. And that was because he had food poisoning and he wanted another day to recover, which is exactly what he did today. Today, Praggnanandhaa, as much as he tried, lost to the pressure that was exerted by Magnus Carlsen in the first game. And towards the end, he was really strapped for time. Now, we've got 2 guests here on the show with us. There is Bharat Singh Chauhan, who is the chairman, FIDE Advisory Board, and Rakesh Rao, senior journalist. He's also a former chess player. Both of these chess experts will be joining us today. They will be on the show. at some point, I'm going to be told by my producer that they have joined us. But for now, we'll just okay, I'm being told that there's some issue with their audio. We're trying to sort that out. But let's just continue talking about what a tremendous feat this has been for Praggnanandhaa. And just put those visuals, leave these visuals on the screen and talk a bit about this chess prodigy, R. Praggnanandhaa, who's on his way, like I said, defeated world number 2, world number 3, and his compatriot Arjun Erigaisi to reach the World Chess World Cup final. He is the youngest in the world and only the second Indian after Vishwanathan Anand in 2002 to feature in a FIDE World Cup final. This is huge, and we'd like to congratulate Praggnanandhaa as well, his family, his mother, who's been his constant support. She's been in all those pictures where, you know, she's praying for him. She's in her own way supporting him. And I'm joined now by a guest. He is joining us from Baku, where this championship is being held. Bharat Singh Chauhan, Chairman FIDE Advisory Board. He joins us here, sir. First of all, as an Indian, congratulations to you. This is a huge moment. Praggnanandhaa may have lost the final to Magnus Carlsen, but his journey, just the way he's got to the final and what he's achieved in the last 1 month has been phenomenal, isn't that so?
Yeah, I think it's a very great thing for Indian chess. I should say Indian sports. At such a young age, he has achieved this. And not only Magnus Carlsen, he defeated world number 2, world number 3. And this kind of tournament, knockout tournaments, you really need a big skill to advance. I mean, you can make it that Carlsen is winning it for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Prag has made all of us proud. And today's game also, it was really not so bad, but unfortunately, it was not his day.
So we've got to put this in perspective for everybody else, because, you know, for a lot of people who are watching this and are saying that, oh, but he's lost the final. We need to tell the world that he may have lost the final, but he is now only the second Indian to make it to the candidates tournament, right? Which is also a huge deal, which is what all these chess players aspire for. So in a sense, this 18-year-old has broken a lot of those records, right, over the course of last 1 month in this World Cup.
Yes, this is something remarkable. I mean, it's not just losing finals or something. In final also, he lost only 1 game. That too, he was better till 38th move. I mean, just small mistake, and he lost that game. Second game he draw. So he lost just 1 game, and I mean, lost and win is just part of life. But he has done a wonderful work, reaching to the finals, and also he'll be playing candidates. At least now we have some hopes from him for the world, becoming world champion, because candidates he'll play.
Sir, I've got to ask you this. Have you had a chance to speak to him, to his mother? How was he coping with this whole tournament? Because, you know, from all the reports that I was reading was, and I don't think anyone can actually prepare for the tournament going all the way to the final in a situation like this. So I think what he and his team had prepared for was only till the quarterfinals, right? And after that, they weren't expecting that he would make it to the finals. So what has that been like? Have you spoken to him, to his mother, what the preparations have been for them?
Yeah, I think one point of time you have to be very practical. Then nobody thought that he'll go to finals, and he played well. Apart from games preparation, other preparations are also very important. You're away from your country's food, your friends, your people, your family, everything you're missing. So his mother was there cooking in the room, sambar, rice, rasam, everything. So it was a great support work, joint effort by everyone. Of course, he played well. His mother, his parents, his coaches working day and night, and everyone is contributing. Of course, Government of India, we should not forget those. They are funding this entire tournament participation for Indian players.
But sir, what was his mindset like and the mood that he was in? Because, you know, there's one thing about Pragg is that you cannot really see what's going on inside him. And I'm sure his mother says, of course, his mother would be able to see through that poker face. But he's not somebody who shows his emotions. So what was that like? You know, I know that after he defeated Caruana, he said that, you know, it has been exhausting, 1 month of this non-stop. So what was that like, the mindset throughout?
I think it's very difficult. Most of the chess players, they don't reveal what is in their mind. And Pragg is very special. Even after losing, I went to meet him and told him, forget, but he has no, sadness or something. He's hiding everything. You cannot make out from his face that what is in his mind. So probably that is a beauty. He can, his opponents cannot judge whether he by his face, tension or bad position or good position. I think that way 18-year-old boy controlling his emotions is something very important for him. As far as chess is concerned, controlling emotion at the age of 18 is something very good.
What is it about chess in the country in the last few years? You know, you're just seeing the growth, fan base has increased. Vishwanathan Anand called this the youngsters right now as the golden generation, you know, with him, with Arjun, Vidit. There is Gukesh, of course, who broke Vishwanathan Anand's record in being the top-ranked Indian. How has this come about? What do you attribute this to, sir?
I think if I say in the country, other than cricket, most of other sports depend on government funding.
Right.
And government funding has been really great for this event, for these sports. And also, we could generate a good platform. You know why these youngsters are playing? Probably we are the only federation which runs national under 7. You might have not heard under 7, under 9, under 11, under 13. Most of the federations, they have just set of nationals under 15 and under 19. We thought we should give them equal opportunity in their age bracket. And we also thought when we start younger age nationals, they give more to the sports and more years to the sports and also more years to the country. You start 15 or 2.
Okay, I think we seem to have lost Sir Bharat sir, but we'll try to connect with him. There, he's back. The connection was weak. Yes, sir. Continue, please.
Yeah. So at the young age, we should start so that they can do more till the time they get into family issues. So that was the idea, and there have been a big planning for this. We were 170 few years back, but today we are number 2 and 3 in world out of 200 countries. And this chess Olympiad, I think it was a milestone, biggest sporting event in the country with 186 countries participation. That is how our youngsters got chance, because normally in Olympiad you play only one team. We could field 3 teams there because we are being the host. So Olympiad make a big buzz in the country. A lot of people joined, a lot of people started learning chess. At least people knew that chess is something. And as Grandmaster, there was a torch relay. Honorable Prime Minister came for the inauguration. So the entire thing was created, and chess became suddenly more popular. Of course, our players were performing before, and now of the younger generation, Gukesh, Praggnanandhaa, Irgasi Arjun, Nehal Sarin, they all are fantastic. And, we have Asian Games next month, and we have this young brigade again, 17-year-old Gukesh, Praggnanandhaa, Irgasi Arjun. I think there is a big pickup and entry. Everybody has contributed. Federation has provided opportunity. Government has supported. His sponsors are funding him. His family is supporting. His trainers are doing extremely well. Getting such performance is not a easy thing in one day. Everyone has contributed for many, many years.
No, absolutely, sir. And that those results are showing, because I think after Vishwanathan Anand, there was a bit of a lull. And now suddenly you're seeing this chess boom, right?
Yeah, I think this to start at the young age is most important thing. And nowadays people think, what is chess? But I like to say something very important. It is equally important, like we go to parks, do physical exercise. Playing chess is equally important for mental fitness. So you go to park, walk and play chess. So these two things are equally important, physically fitness and mental fitness.
But it must be a proud moment for you, sir, as an Indian as well, being there in Baku, and you have 4 Indians in the quarterfinals.
Yes. Actually, I went back. We had some work in India, and I had no plans to come back. When I saw 8 Indians in quarterfinals, I rushed back. And yesterday, we missed our flight in Dubai. We were just praying that today's game should draw so we could meet Prag and push him and encourage him. So luckily today, but unfortunately today he lost. But it was a good game. It was not one-sided at all.
No, absolutely. Okay, for all of you, Praggnanandhaa, he may have lost today, but what he's done has been phenomenal. And we're going to talk about his journey in chess. He's already entered record books at home by becoming the youngest Indian and the second Indian after Vishwanathan Anand to reach the finals of the Chess World Cup. And also, it is pertinent to note that Magnus Carlsen, who's 32 years old, he's world number 1, while Praggnanandhaa is world number 29. This, in a way, has shown the outstanding caliber of Prag as he took down opponents ranked much higher than him on his way to the finals of the tournament. Among them are world number 2 Hikaru Nakamura, world number 3 Fabio Caruana of the US, and both were beaten in tiebreaks. Carlsen, of course, we know he's been number 1 in the FIDE chart since 2011. This is his streak, is the second longest unbroken run in chess history, trailing only Garry Kasparov. Coming back to Prag, he's become the youngest player after the iconic Bobby Fischer and Carlsen himself to qualify for the prestigious Candidates Tournament, which is held to find a challenger for world champion Ding Liren at the next World Chess Championship battle. Prag, who turned 18 during the World Cup, he's the youngest World Cup finalist ever in 2016, in fact. Prag became the youngest international master and then he was just 10 years old at that time, 10 years, 10 months and 19 days when he attained this momentous feat. And he defeated Magnus Carlsen thrice in 2022, and he's actually been very good in rapid games and in blitz. But today wasn't to be. But this does not mean that what he's achieved is anything less. I mean, he was the lowest ranked opponent in the final in a World Cup. For him, who's seeded 31, he made it to the final of the World Cup. It was a huge, huge achievement. And like I said, in the last 1 month, what he's achieved has been incredible. Bharat Singh Chauhan, he's the chairman of FIDE Advisory Board,